Hello everyone, this is Nitya. So, is love making possible without an erection? I get that question often, and it's surprisingly unknown in our culture that yes, it is very much possible to have penetrative sex also without an erection. So, today I want to go into the 5 foundations for sex after erectile dysfunction and sex without an erection. And I'm making this video into 2 parts because it's going to be longer than 10 minutes for IGTV. So make sure you listen to the second part that has the 5 steps. So in this part, I'm going to go into a bit of the background to why I want to talk about this. So losing his erection is probably the biggest blow to a man's confidence that's possible. And for the many thousands and millions of men worldwide who begin to lose their erections around the age of 50, maybe a bit after, maybe a bit before, this is such a massive and devastating experience for them that leaves them feeling disempowered and basically believing that their sex life has ended for good. And this affects their life not just in their sex life, but also in their general confidence in their life, in the experience of themselves as a man. And so the way this is happening like this is because of a lot of misunderstandings in the prevalent sex culture that we live in. So firstly, I like to mention the culture that we have around us when it comes to sex is massively focused on orgasm and ejaculation and the type of sex that always leads to orgasm and ejaculation for the man. So that kind of sex depletes the life force for the man, and this is not so much talked about in our culture, but it is very well known in the ancient Taoist scriptures that talks about how a man needs to learn how to cultivate his sexual energy. If not, he will slowly deplete his energy over the years. And when the life force and the sexual energy depletes, he will also lose his ability to have erections. So the type of sex that most people have and most men are used to have, that's always focused on, ending with ejaculation, whether he's masturbating or having sex with his partner, this type of sex will slowly, in most cases, lead to that the erections will begin to become less. And this is so commonly accepted that it's kind of seen as an inevitable part of life, that after 50 kind of sex ends. And as a solution, in the mainstream view, the men are giving the options of taking pills, having penis implants, or penis pumps and things like that. There are all bandaid methods that are focused on forcing the erections for the man, which is not empowering the man himself. It's disempowering, really, because he becomes dependent on something outside himself. In himself, he's kind of powerless when it comes to his ability to make love. And so with this kind of common understanding, we have thousands and millions really of men around the world left believing that their sex life has ended when their erections end. And what I've noticed in my work with these men and talking to so many men about these issues is that there's a big resistance for them. And this is why I have developed these 5 foundational steps that are really essential for the man to embrace and put work into if he wants to leave that mindset behind. If he wants to leave behind the idea that sex has ended for good and that basically there's no way forward for him. So he might have heard of that there's some other techniques available. There's soft love making, but I've noticed that it's difficult for the man to actually even begin to listen to that, because there's such a stigma attached to the idea of the rock hard cock. Like, our society is obsessed with the rock hard cock, and when the man loses that ability, he just, something in him resigns and kind of gives up. So if you're a man hearing this and you want to find out how to leave that reality that you're in behind and move forward into something different, then there's the 5 steps that are essential for this to happen. And this will give you the opportunity to open up to I call it like a new spring in lovemaking, which is a different way, a different approach to lovemaking that is not a poor substitute for the average normal kind of sex, the hot excitement based sex that most people are used to, but it is so much more than that. It is the opening to a deeper intimacy and enhanced pleasure, heightened awareness, more connection, unlimited hours of lovemaking until the end of life. And while all that sounds amazing, there is these 5 key areas that must be embraced to be able, for the man to be able to move forward on this. So I'm going to pause the video here and make sure to listen to the second part where I'm going to share the 5 steps. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.